Shalom, this is Amonute Tayac of Piscataway, your friendly neighborhood Shuman, Sophia Spiritualite, the AmaruKhan Miriyam, and we're here with our Virgo full moon presentation. I thought it was important to get this done early because the Virgo full moon is going to be a really, really big one for us. It also is on Sabbath next week on Friday, and so I want everybody to have plenty of time to get prepared. It's a lot of energy coming in. I do not recommend waiting for the last minute for this one. The other ones have been kind of wait around and see how the energy is going. That's what I've been doing, but this one was like, no, you need to get ahead of this. You need to get started early. You need to get this out the way. It just needs to be basically waiting for the day to show up. So that is what we are doing this time around. So this one of the reasons why this is so big for us is because we began this process back on September the 14th with the Virgo new moon. I didn't have it all set up like this, so all the details weren't there, but the intention was there. And therefore, this full moon will be a culmination of that intention that was brought out way back in September. Also, remember, that's when the fiscal new year started. So if people, did as I suggested and, was asking for, fiscal things to be associated or revealed or whatever, then those things should be clearing themselves up, and all blockages should be removed by the time we're done with this full moon. Now, if you didn't start with us way back then, you got started somewhere else, don't worry, because now you'll have the opportunity to remove the blockages first, so that when the new moon comes around in Virgo, you can actually gain access. So let's look at that. The new moon in Virgo is going to be on September the 2nd, which will be basically a month after we start our Luden God, our other cross quarter holiday fast. I can never pronounce it because it's in that other language. Hold on. So we have that Luden, whatever, our cross-quarter holiday, our restoration fast. I've been thinking, well, anyway, that's for another video, but our restoration fast starts on August the 2nd. So that'll be just a month or so after that. So I'm really looking forward to our Virgo new moon. It's going to be exceptional. It's going to be exceptional, you guys. So, and then, of course, we'll finish out this cycle. The Virgo full moon in March is going to be in March in 2025, which is really interesting considering it's in the 24th in 2024, but in 2025 it's going to be in March, and it also is going to be a total lunar eclipse. So we have a total solar eclipse coming up in March of this year, but then we're going to have the completion of that with a total lunar eclipse in a March of next year in Virgo. So this Virgo energy is really important. This is why we're getting started on it early. It's going to be a lot of energy coming in, and I think it's going to be pretty good energy for everybody. So as a reminder, new moons are for receiving, full moons are for releasing. With this full moon, we are releasing any blockages to what is in your Virgo house. So again, here are the house themes. You'll have to go through, look at this. This is where we're releasing the blockages. Now, this is really exciting for me because I'm a Virgo sun. So this is really going to affect me on the outside. Mars-Pluto conjunction has really been affecting me on the inside. Very, very difficult energy on the inside, because I have all these Mars placements. And then this Virgo energy will sync it up, hopefully, to what's going on the inside. That's my hope. So let's read about the angel from Jupiter, the constellation, which is for Virgo, which is Hamaliel. The sixth original genius is in charge of all chemical original principles, original elements in the whole cosmic order. The magician who gets into contact with Hamaliel can get detailed information not only about the chemical elements so far known on our earth, but also about unknown elements which probably will not be discovered before the far distant future. If the magician is interested, he can also learn the relevant facts about the elements existing on all other planets in the whole cosmic hierarchy. And, what is more, he can be instructed in the practical magic and Kabbalistic application of the radiation of each original substance of our planetary system in its mental, astral, and even physical shape. This makes it possible for the diligent magician to be, or spiritualite, I use instead of magician, to become by training a perfect master of the original chemical elements due to the exact methods and instructions given to him. He thus becomes a magical or spiritual Kabbalistic alchemist equipped with a kind of knowledge of which the key to practical application is known only a few adepts on earth. So this definitely has to do with really that Kabbalah, really, of the original substances on this earth, which is super interesting. And of course, for the Virgo full moon, again, this is a right burner release. Full moons are always right burner release. So you want to right burner release the statement related to the house your Virgo falls in. You want to burn that with some ancestor money. And then on a pink or purple or even a light blue candle, ask your angels to assist with what they specialize in. So again, check your Virgo house. This is really, really receiving increased access to removing blockages. That's what we're looking for. I think this is not the correct statement. Hold on. Why I think I get... Yeah, it's supposed to be removing blockages. So if you get this email from me, I'll correct it. It's supposed to be I am removes any and all blockages too. So this obviously is from... I took it from the last full moon. So that's... I don't know what happened, but I'll fix it before I email it out to anybody. Okay. And then of course, this is just for you to check and see if you can do something in the hour that's related to that particular sign that you're dealing with. If not, it's too complicated. Just do the best that you can. Okay. Wait a minute. Didn't I already do this? Look, did some of these things double? Yes. Okay. Sorry. Also fix that. All right. So how about that double? But I don't even see the... Okay. Let's look at this. Let's look at this chart. This is what the sky is going to look like, right? I want to explain a few things. We have Juno that's at 15 degrees of Virgo. That's the one in between the moon and the part of fortune over on the descendant. And the descendant and the part of fortune are at the same degree. So we are including Juno into this particular setup this time. And I'll give you the information for that placement. And since the ascendant and the descendant are both activated, we're going to include the ascendant, which is 19 degrees of Pisces, as well as the sun, which is 5 degrees of Pisces. And there was nothing else that was either at... Well, Uranus is at 19 as well, but is that a trine or a... I don't think that's a trine. It is a trine. We could have included Uranus too, but I don't want to make it too complicated. So we have a couple Virgo placements and a couple Pisces placements, okay? Just to explain that. So the moon is at 5 degrees of Virgo, which is Jermil. So this is a 5 and 19, 5 and 19 heavy placements, okay? So Jermil, this head is a representative of love, harmony, beauty, and at the same time, their protector. He teaches the spiritualite to see love in everything. Love and harmony on the one hand and hate and disharmony on the other will teach the spiritualite to understand the exact laws of sympathy and antipathy. Juno is at 15 degrees of Virgo, which is a Kirgi. It says the spiritualite may summon this head in all business matters, for he will always secure him the biggest success. A Kirgi has a special affection for everything that has to do with paper or textiles. His influence, however, also covers the working up of fur, skins, leather, and the like, so the spiritualite will be supported by this intelligence not only in business affairs, but also will be able to get from him special recipes for the working up of furs, leather, etc. The ascendant and the part of fortune are both at 19 degrees of Virgo, which is Cobel. The spirit intelligence is able to initiate the spiritualite into the arts of spiritual sense. From this head, the spiritualite learns to compose harmonious and inharmonious sense. For instance, sense that cause love and sympathy, or optional dreams, or sense which can increase one's power of concentration, sense for meditation, incense materials for diverse spiritual experiments, etc. The reason I didn't even explain these because they're very straightforward. You should be able to hear these and know, like, okay, this is what I should be asking for. I'm not going to, like, baby those because they're very direct, very specific, not coded language at all. Okay, the sun is at 5 degrees of Pisces, which is Flabbyson. It says all kind of arts, entertainments, pleasures, and well-being and happiness fall under Flabbyson competence. He can help the spiritualite by bringing about situations, if the latter wishes it, which bring good entertainment. Also, direct. The ascendant is at 19 degrees of Pisces, which is Nera. This spirit intelligence is an excellent inspirer of chemical, especially pharmaceutical inventions. Depending on his degree of maturity, he allows this or that innovation in pharmacy to become known through a suitable person. However, this head has a predilection for dental medicine and dental surgery, and under a seal of secrecy, he allows the spiritualite a glimpse into his range of competence in the Akasha principle, how pharmacy, science, and dentistry will advance in the future. So again, these are all very direct. What you can ask for can be specifically what these guys do. This is probably the most direct spirit intelligences we have encountered so far. Like, there's no, like, interpretation necessary. There's no, like, I gotta explain what all the possible ways this could be used. No, this is direct. If it says dentistry and pharmacy, you know exactly what that means. If it's love and beauty and harmony, you know exactly what that means. This is so good because it will be so clear how the stuff shows up. When you can ask very, very specific questions of the spirit intelligences, that's what you get in return. Very specific answers. And I, for one, am excited because, like I said, I have lots of Virgo placements. All of this, like, interpretation and stuff has been making me nuts. And so this is finally a time for me to shine and to reset. And we already looked at this. Everything just, y'all. Okay. The ones who receive this on email will get the corrected version. Again, I don't know why I did this. So this is really exciting. The spirit or the saint that's over this particular full moon is John the Baptist, specifically the finding of the head of John the Baptist. So everyone knows Herod, or whatever the king's, it might not have been Herod, whoever the king was, he had John the Baptist beheaded. Why? Because Remember, the wife of John, we talked about this in another one of these moon things. The wife of John, the wife of the king, sent a daughter in there to seduce the king, so that he would take John the Baptist out, because the wife was cheating or something like that, and she didn't want him to tell. Bunch of crazy, just pure drama. So this time we have the finding of his head, meaning this is when he was restored. And this happened twice. His head was lost and then it was found again. And we'll see that. After the beheading of the holy prophet, forerunner, and Baptist John, who is venerated on August the 29th, his body was buried by disciples in the Samaritan city of Sebast, and the venerable head was hidden by Herodias in an unclean place. Saint Joanna, June 27th, the wife of King Herod's steward, Chusa, Luke 8:3. Remember, this is one of the ones that was a follower of Jesus, secretly took the holy head and placed it into a vessel and buried it on the Mount of Olives in one of Herod's properties. After many years, this property passed into the possession of a government official who became a monk with the name of Innocent. He built a church and a cell there. When they started to dig the foundation, the vessel with the venerable head of John the Baptist was uncovered. Innocent recognized its great holiness from the signs of grace emanating from it. Thus occurred the first finding of the head. Innocent preserved it with great piety, but feared that the holy relic might be abused by unbelievers. Before his own death, he hid it again in that same place where it was found. Upon his death, the church fell into ruin and was destroyed. Now, doesn't this make you think of Project Looking Glass? We thought it was one of our women's head in a jar. What if it was John the Baptist's head they had in a jar? Because that would be another whole thing. Anyway, during the days of Saint Constantine the Great, May 21st, when Christianity began to flourish, the Holy Forerunner appeared twice to two monks journeying to Jerusalem on a pilgrimage to the holy places, and he revealed the location of his venerable head. The monks uncovered the holy relic, and placing it into a sack of camel hair, they proceeded homewards. Along the way, they encountered an unnamed potter and gave him the precious burden to carry. Not knowing what he was carrying, the potter continued on his way. But the Holy Forerunner appeared to him and ordered him to flee from the careless and lazy monks. This is just proof that everybody who is a person of the cloth is not going to do the right thing when it comes to the relics, the history, the importance of this stuff. Because look at these guys. They just gave it to some person and had them carry it instead of them carrying it themselves, which is nuts. Okay? With what he held in his hands. The potter concealed himself from the monks, and at home he preserved the venerable head with reverence. Before his death, he placed it in a water jug, a looking glass, and gave it to his sister. From that time, the venerable head was successfully preserved by devout Christians, probably women, until the priest Eutychus, infected with the Arian heresy, came into possession of it. He beguiled a multitude of the infirm who had been healed by the holy head, ascribing their cures to the fact it was in possession of an Arian, which is insane. When his blasphemy was uncovered, he was compelled to flee. After he buried the holy relic in a cave near Emesa, the heretic intended to return later and use it for disseminating falsehood. God, however, did not prevent this. Pious monks settled in the cave, and then a monastery arose at this place. In the year 452, St. John the Baptist appeared to, I cannot pronounce that name, Archimandrite Marcellus of this monastery, and indicated where his head was hidden. This became celebrated as the second finding. The holy relic was transferred to Emesa and later to Constantinople. Now, I find this story to be absolutely fascinating for a number of reasons. But as it relates to our restoration, look, after they took us out spiritually, like they spiritually took us out, then they took a part of us and hid it, thinking, okay, we'll come back and get it, when we get a chance. And people have been, or bodies in this case, have been taking our spirits in and protecting us all of this time so that we could be restored to our proper order. And that's what this full moon is about. It's about the full restoration to the proper order. Because if we look at when this cycle started, which would have been in the new moon in 2022, that's when I found this book by Bardon. That's when we really got into working with these particular spirit intelligence. So for me, this is a really, really huge moon because of how much work we have done from September of 2022 until now. And so a lot has been revealed in that time. And now it's time for our restoration. We have, to me, this John the Baptist being over this moon tells me that we have earned our restoration. Because look what happened with the people who didn't venerate him properly, treat his relics with the respect that they deserve. They weren't allowed to keep those relics. Those things, God intervened in miraculous ways. And that's what I feel about this moon. That's how I'm seeing it. We're going to see miraculous interventions on our behalf. Because of our faithfulness. And that's really what it was. That potter, he didn't know what he had. He just was carrying it for those monks. And when he found out, he was responsible with it. So whoever has taken us in and been responsible with our energy, like our brother Usher, is going to be rewarded with our presence. And the people who have disrespected us, like these Bolele chiefs and these free my sons, they cool with all their masculine, macho stuff. They have not embraced us. They can go ahead on with what they're gonna do. It's fine. We're not even mad. The ones who have the problem are them. They're the ones who have the problem. We are just seeking to be invited in. We are seeking to be where people will treat us with respect. That's it. And that's what this whole story of the finding of the head of John the Baptist is about. It's about them treating us, our bodies, our thoughts, our minds with respect, our crowns with respect. Instead of throwing them on the ground, trashing them, and acting like we're the ones with the problems. No, we want to be treated with respect, and we will be treated with respect. John the Baptist himself is going to make sure. And remember who John the Baptist is. This is not only the one who baptized Christ and quote unquote sanctified Christ along with all these other people. This is the one who is the forerunner. Jesus comes after John the Baptist. So of course our brother would send his cousin to care for us, to make sure we were restored. That's exactly what I would do. I would send my top general. Who would be your top general? One of your disciples? No. It would be my family member who I allowed to baptize me, who was really doing the work. Not these people out here who didn't understand what was going on. It would be the one who recognized me in the womb and leaped. Okay? This is who we're talking about. Not some disciple, apostle who was just a nobody. No, this is somebody from the same bloodline. The same bloodline as Jesus. Well, hypothetically, for sure, because it was Mary's cousin, Elizabeth, and it was on the female side. So yeah, for sure, this will be one of my top generals. This is who I would send to make sure this thing went out the way they're supposed to be. And something else I've been thinking about, I seen these. Okay, there's a couple. Okay, let me start. Let me put it this way: the miracles in the Orthodox Church are not the same as the miracles in the Catholic Church. What do I mean? In the Catholic Church, their miracles be like, oh, people are getting healed, stuff like that, stuff that is can be done by faith. Okay, the Orthodox Church, their miracles be a little different. So like I seen a picture that was, it streamed myrrh, like it literally seeped myrrh out of it. One of the icons, not just a picture, one of the icons, very specific icon of Mary and baby Jesus. And it made me think, you know, I really want something that does that. Not because I feel like I need that to prove anything to anybody, but I feel like our people need our own icons that do these miraculous things to show we also have the spiritual right to be here. And it's okay to have, you know, to be able to heal stuff and all of that, but with the myrrh that comes out of this icon, they send it to people all over the world to be healed. They, you know, they can use it in different ways. And because it's myrrh, it's directly connected to our brother. And so I just started thinking, man, I really want to purchase an icon and just pray before it so much that the Most High and the Mother send down a miracle on this icon that is a certified miracle that nobody can take away from me and from us and from our people. I mean, everybody haven't really gotten to this Orthodox thing yet, and I understand it's a lot going on. It's no pressure on anybody, but I'm into it and I understand what's going on. And even the holy fire, like the crazy thing about the holy fire is now this year, Pascha is all the way in May. So one of the sisters started fasting on the first of the year. Orthodox start fasting about the 1st of March. We started fasting around February the 2nd. Rest of the Orthodox, they start fasting around the 1st of March. Actually, I could tell you this. Hold on, let me look at my calendar when their fast starts. It must start, it starts March 11th. Yeah, they start their fast on March 11th, okay? One of the sisters, she's going to go all the way until April the 1st. And then the rest of the Orthodox, their fast is not done until Pascha, which is May. So we have from literally the 1st of the year all the way until May covered. How is that even possible? You know what I mean? That's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. And so we don't want to take that like less than serious. We want to be very, very serious with that. And we want to, you know, just think about how this restoration is happening and show that we are in the mix. We're not just out here and our fast is kind of like in the middle of nothing. It's a whole season that's dedicated to our brother and his death, his, you know, reverencing that. And so my thought process is that we should get something that connects us to that process. So we'll see how that works out. That's just, you know, once I saw that, I was like, man, I wish we had one of those things for our people. You know, just to say that this is not something I just made up. I'm just a crazy person or whatever. No, this kind of all goes together. You know what I mean? Okay, so let's look at the USA chart real quick. So we have the regular USA chart and the USA chart cast and whole sign houses. As you can see, their Virgo is in their 10th house. They have one planet in Virgo. One thing is, I think that's Sedna that's in Pisces, but we're not going to look at that one. And their Neptune is at 22 degrees of Virgo. So again, for the candle language, I just put this for everybody. It'll be on the candle, Hamaliel, all those other spirit intelligences we already mentioned, something related to the saint for that day. And you can use a candle in pink, light blue, or purple. And you can write on it in pink, light blue, or purple ink. 22 degrees of Virgo is Brephiel. And so for this, I said this spirit intelligence can be regarded as a custodian of material laws and justice. So in every case where the spiritualite is in the right, this head will see that the matter is decided with the spiritualite's favor. So I didn't write out what I'm going to put on the candle for AmaruKhan because I haven't done theirs yet. So the written request, of course, because it's for Hanael, because it's in the 10th house for United States. It's going to be in black ink done during the Cassiel hour. And that's I am this. I did it wrong too. I am releases any and all blockages to teaching, time and space, dynamic force, career, status, authority, publications, honors, and the Father, the Most High. So America is going to get access, direct access to the Father. That is what is needed in this country right now, because these people are out of control. I just seen a video of Sexy Red and all her buddies twerking in the hospital. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I have nothing to say. So again, this is a right burner release. You'll use your withdrawal slip, right on there your I am statement, some things that are related to it. When you get ready, burn one, keep one, light your candle, and ask for what you want. The blockages to be removed, what blockages you want to be removed. So if you have any questions, feel free to email me. My email is on the screen. It's in the description box. Hopefully this has been helpful. This will be early enough for everyone to be prepared. This Virgo new moon is going to be a doozy. I want everybody to jump in there, get started. Don't wait till the last minute. Get ready now. So shalom everyone, and we will see you in the next video.